Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's match between University of Colorado Springs versus Embry-Riddle Aeronautics University. I am Duke Karge, and this is my co-caster and shoutcaster?
I mean, it's the same thing, man, but it's all good. I'm Esun. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We got a great match coming up for you today. So what are we thinking for these teams here? Talk to me here. Let's get the lore for the people. You told me behind stage, but everybody's got to know, you know.
All right, so right now we've got the underdog Embry-Riddle. I hope I'm saying no. Sorry, is it Embry-Riddle? Somebody's got to correct me. Somebody's going to correct me in the chat, and we'll just say Embry for now. They're the underdogs right now in this bracket, right? Just not really finding a lot of a lot of matches under the belt that they've actually won. The falling into a lot of hard times, and just in general not being able to make it out on top over a lot of other teams. Instead, we have them up against, I believe, right now, due to the standings, University of Colorado is the third in their bracket.
Okay. So you think it's going to be a clean sweep, or do you think Emory is going to have a chance to kind of shine, maybe tighten things up and bring it back?
I find that the best teacher is failure, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that it's possible that Embry has learned a few new tricks. They've gone back to the drawing board and maybe learned a few new things. We are already in the off-ban phase. Sorry about that. Apparently, Discord decided that we didn't need to see anything today.
All good. All right, so it's looking like we're getting rid of Ying, Jackal, and Echo right off the bat. Everyone trying to get rid of some information here. Obviously, Candela has excellent CC on site, being able to flashbang pretty much everyone while keeping their team safe and set. Speaking of crowd control, we got Clash as well on the band side.
All right, so we're starting out on Oregon, and God, I recently undertook the task of helping out our statistician actually take a look at what's been played so much here, who's winning, because our viewers know we've had a little bit of a problem with the standings, but they after today that should be fixed. And I had to input a lot of Oregon into that sheet, a lot of Oregon.
I mean, it's definitely the map that everybody knows, everybody understands. And we're seeing that in the team comps now. It looks like a lot of information gain here. So you got your Mira, your Maestro, and then the other side, Lion and Dokkaebi, who actually didn't receive the ban, surprisingly. I know Dokkaebi has been a top ban in this league here, but it's looking like UCCS is going to get the chance to play.
I'm not sure if swapping out the smoke for the Mira was a good choice. It does give them the advantage of the mirror windows down there, but at the same time, you're losing 30 seconds of delay time. Oh no, okay. We're gonna go ahead and reinforce the right side of that wall instead of the right side of the wall instead of the left side, which is known to be a little bit safer to hold as a Mira, but let's see if Embry is gonna do what they do best. It looks like was trying to go for a halfway on non-reinforced and reinforced the Mira, but it didn't work out that way.
Definitely some interesting strategies coming out from Embry. Yeah, it looks like maybe they're trying to catch their opponent off guard here. Maybe they're throwing out some unorthodox reinforcements to see if they can stop them in their tracks without even realizing it. All right. And it looks like the advance is going to be beginning. Drones coming out from Lion, trying to drone out the area, get a handle on what their opponent is running, if there were any switches, and where they have fortified. Hibana is already in, going to start trying to blow up Hatch here in a moment.
Looks like Mafia Elf is upstairs with a Vigil, looking for any attackers that might just... along with Eisen on the other side, over in Tower, trying to see if they can probably clamp down on... the attack from UCCS.
Definitely interesting. Yeah, it looks like they got a roaming Legion here. He's got some setups, obviously probably setting up goo mines all over. Maybe he's using them for information gains so that he can try and sneak up and get the drop on his opponent there. Very interesting choice there from Embry.
Legion mines can make people very, very paranoid, in my opinion. Just because you just suddenly run into one, you will stop in your tracks. Oh!
First kill of the day going to Embry. Vigil getting the pick. Oh, unable to secure the second kill, though. Just barely getting the catch there. Habana trying to find some kind of peek here, but not going to get anything. And Vigil is going to be running up to the top floor, trying to get some distance from those attackers.
Colorado needs to definitely flush out these two roamers because, as that just showed, they're not watching their flanks and they immediately go, oh
my god. He just ran up and did it. Oh my gosh. Lucky Pride getting a nice pick on Mafia there. Nice stuff. All right. Mirror and Frost chilling back. Interesting choice with the Frost on Anchor.
It seems that they're counting on Colorado making a mistake once they put down the smoke right there, but instead Baka went to the laundry table instead of one of the corners up by the stairs, and the plant is going to go down, and the Dokkaebi will be from behind.
Excellent pick there on total defense. You know, ironic given his name. Cross going to try and lay some shots down to get rid of Puddin. Oh, and he will get the pick up here. That said, gets turned around, and attackers will be winning round one as Lucky Pride sneaks up on Azale. Nice pick.
That was 3 blitz kills by simply bopping them on the face. Not like we're strangers to that in this league. You definitely get to see it a lot on stream. And I think one such clip actually made it on to one of our weekly highlights, that being an ace. Just bopping person after person after person. This
man's the wall. If you run at him, you're going to get hurt. Solid stuff there from Lucky Pride. Yeah, just getting picks left and right, sneaking up on his opponents. And not only that, Puddin doing an excellent job of distracting the defenders to allow Blitz to get in behind them and just seal out the character very easily.
I actually don't think I saw what happened to the Legion from Embry going into the end of that round. I think he actually just got taken out by Puddin as he was trying to return to site, and ended up not really being much help. Definitely puts a little bit of pressure on perhaps Puddin, but I'm assuming that Puddin ran into him and shot him.
Alrighty, so we're seeing a bit of a switch here from Emery. They are opting to run the Valkyrie instead of the Frost this time. Try and get some additional information with these cameras. Maybe catch them off guard with a little better on flanks. You know, because it seemed like they were doing an okay job of sneaking behind the attackers there, but it didn't quite seal out the match for them. So maybe this additional information will help them out.
I think that what Embry was missing from the other side was just maybe a few more angles to flank from, or just in general trying to catch Colorado by surprise, which the Vigil definitely did that.
Yes.
But as soon as Putin started pushing from the back, they themselves weren't watching their own flank, which was ultimately their downfall, as there are people on site that could have stopped, you know, the Dokkaebi from planting.
Well, and not only that, in using the Legion's all well and good if he can catch people with goo traps, because it'll let him see where the attackers are pushing from. But if no one runs into that stuff, he's kind of just stuck up there in the attic, not really doing too much. So with this Valkyrie, he's going to be able to peek a lot more of those angles. He's going to see some more open and more common push sites, so that he can finally get those flanks.
Looks like Mafia Alpha is instead going to choose to back off, as he was droned out. Despite, you know, headshots being king in this game, that the MPX is still a P shooter, so he is very much at a disadvantage in any sort of confrontation he tries to go through with any attackers. And it looks like him and his buddy there are going to be holding the kitchen downstairs, while the Mirror is going to pick off
Lion, actually. That's a very solid pick there for Embry. Yeah, suddenly the attackers have significantly less information to work off of. They're going to be relying on those Dokkaebi cell phone calls to see if they can catch people off guard. Right now we're seeing Dokkaebi trying to get the first call here, see if we can catch anybody. Looks like no one's getting any real picks here. Yep. Everybody turning off your phones. Mom's calling.
Seems like Baka was actually using that phone call just to make sure that there was nobody in the armory. And Lucky Pride is going to run into the Legion here, and the Legion is probably the most appropriate roamer to face him at this point, with those goo mines possibly downing him and securing the kill on a very annoying 1v1
Almost certainly, especially considering Lucky Pride's health right now. He's very low. He's going to need to back off and try and regroup with these teammates so he can get either a reset or at least some coordination. There's no way he can handle this 1v1 against Legion.
Looks like Lucky Pride did see the Valkyrie, but is going to get taken down by Mafia Elf as he shoots, I think, his hand there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of Colorado is going to try to... Oh, and they did not expect the smoke in the closet.
And just like that, some solid trades here. Puddin going to take out Arale. And Valkyrie is going to be coming up behind to see if she can get a catch here. And just like that, yeah, it's all up to Doka B and Habana. They're definitely behind now.
Oh, getting shot from below by Valkyrie, but Malfael. Xbaka trying his best and does hear the flank.
Oh, does get the pick here on Mafia. Nice shot. Good stuff. Almost said something completely different there. Ooh. Wonderful. All right, he is going to be throwing the smoke to try and clear himself, but gets immediately picked up here, and that is going to be round 2 for the defenders. Both teams just going back and forth here.
Oh, I thought that was a shot through the smoke, but no, it was just a simple mirror peek with the LMG.
Yeah, I mean, those soft walls putting in work there. Didn't even reinforce it there. Just used the mirror, made their opponent assume that it had been reinforced for a moment there, and just used those angles. Nice stuff.
Yeah, Embry definitely picking up some strategy here and doing a good job switching sites when they figured that the basement wasn't working for them, immediately recognizing the need for that. Might be that this gives them the sort of momentum they need to keep going through their defense rounds. It's actually kind of interesting, as I looked at the differentials myself of rounds, and I think this technically constitutes as the 3rd round they've ever won in the league.
Interesting. Yeah, so they're definitely, this is definitely an underdog story. It's interesting to see they might actually be bringing things back. They've clearly started practicing up a little bit. Their strategies are looking pretty tight. Let's see what they can do. All right, we have seen a mute switch. It looks like Emery is opting to deny some information from their opponent. They see that Lion and that Dokkaebi, want to say, you know, enough of it.
Could also be some denial on the hard breaching of the hatch, because if you haven't been paying attention to Rainbow Six Siege, the hatch in the past few months, the hatch gameplay has changed a little bit. Instead, to make it so that the destruction of a hatch works kind of like the destruction of a wall now, to the point where Habana pellets just... You need more than 4 or more to actually fully open it. Otherwise, they will just go to the sidelines to the hatch.
Gotcha. And it looks like they will be opening up the hatch here to try and get some sightlines on their opponent. And just like that, UCCS is going to start making their push here. We got Blitz droning out the area, trying to catch off some roamers in the attic. Lion clearing out some cameras, and everybody's getting set up in preparation for this attack.
I definitely like that they brought mute instead of what they had last time, but they still have Mafia Elf roaming upstairs, which I think is going to be easy to catch out by University of Colorado if they've been paying attention to just who plays roamers on Embry's team. They're definitely going to seek out that Vigil and go upstairs to make sure that he's no longer a problem. I do find it a little bit worrisome that University of Colorado is just bringing the same configuration every single round.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting. I believe it was Blitz who hovered the Twitch earlier, trying to see if they could make that switch to get rid of the Mira, but they opted to keep the same team. So it's going to be very interesting to see if they have a new strategy with that team, or if, you know, they just want to go, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, looks like Mafia Elf is not going to hear the Blitz right there, and is going to start trying to back off. Not taking much damage, but is going to take some damage from the Blitz through the wall. And
all right, the Lion is coming out here to try and reveal some opponents. Vigil goes down. Just like that, the attackers are at the lead here. They all immediately move down after getting rid of that roamer and prepare to push the site.
Oh, Puddin takes down Islam? I'm sorry, it is very blurry on my end, and I cannot read it when there's several eyes next to each other. Oh, Little G taking out Mira.
Yeah, you know, with what you got. And just like that, it is all up to Maestro. Got that MLMG chilling behind soft wall. Is immediately going to get picked up by Puddin, and attackers will be taking round 3 with the same composition, just like we mentioned.
Definitely works for Colorado, but I still think they need a little bit more flex going into a lot of these rounds. I definitely don't see. I definitely saw the use of the line. I saw the use of the Capital. I want to say I saw use for the Habana, and I would guess that would be for the Hatch. So that's sort of a given that you need to bring her, but didn't see much of a use for the Dokkaebi. And the line was actually fairly good at pressuring roamers, so I guess for now this configuration is working pretty well as long as Embry tries to take the bottom. They need to. Oh, they actually swapped off of Vigil for Mafia.
Yep. We will be seeing a much more aggressive comp here from the defense, opting to go with that Jaeger, get that nice ADS, prevent those grenades, and Valkyrie to give them extra sight lines and vision. How do you think this is going to work out for them? The Vigil's been putting in work, but they do need to make a change.
The round they won earlier was with the Valkyrie, not the Vigil. It could just be that I actually think that Mafia Elf is doing a pretty good job of wasting the attacker's time, wasting at least half of the round, forcing them to deal with him. But at the same time, he could probably do a little bit of a better job trying to run away, as a lot of the times he seems to get stuck in a corner, like in a room with no actual exit plan. Total defense, almost blowing himself up there, but
just about,
okay.
You know. Yeah, but no, I absolutely agree, and I think this Valkyrie will definitely help. It'll allow him to get that information fast, so he knows when to split and when to fight. It'll definitely help him out, especially if he's opting to camp attic, like or upstairs rather, like he's been doing. I don't know the call-outs, man. I'm just saying, ish.
Okay. I do have somebody from Riddle in chat here talking to us, telling us just how they play, and say we are doing weird things, but that don't normally happen, but we just don't know what to do, and that's fair. If it's probably if it's your first foray into competitive siege for the collegiate level, then that's okay, as long as you guys are willing to learn, as we saw on double windows up in bedrooms. This is a game for learning, and you missed the drone. Yes, he did miss the drone. Ooh, and is going to instead
be shooting at this blitz. That said, things are going to turn around, and the attackers are going to be taking the first character, getting rid of that Valkyrie. They have the Habana set up on Hatch. Dokkaebi going to be droning things out. Mute trying to go to the Mira, see if he can pick up some information for his team and maybe get a peek. Jaeger getting droned out, and just like that, the attackers are beginning their assault, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Puddin is going to do some friendly fire there onto, I believe, the Lion, yes. Leaving him, down. Little G picking up the kill onto the Frost and Elite, and can't.
Onto the Frost. It's all good. Just like that, they're going to be throwing down the smoke to see if they can go through Hatch. He could be dropping down. Gonna get hurt, though. Caught in the Frost trap. Nice pickup. Blitz going to be moving downstairs. Capital trying to take the opportunity to help the Frost out.
Nope, he's instead going to try to plant in front of the Mira. That's gonna work out.
He gets points for guts. Mira unable to get the pickup. That said, Puddin is going to be taking down, I believe, Jaeger, and just like that, Mira goes down 5v1. It's all up to Mute. Immediately gets 2 picks. Picked up by the Blitz, though, and that is going to be it. This Blitz absolutely putting in work with this shield.
Oh, definitely. I think that sub over there just was not doing a good job of knowing his angles onto how to grab that Capital, and instead ended up just watching a movie about Capital planting the diffuser and then picking up his friend behind the table.
I think at that point it was fear for the Mira. They were definitely a little concerned that someone was still watching Hatch and ready to pick them off. If they peeked a little too hard, they opted to go for the wall bang but couldn't quite get the angle, and that let Capital get the advantage very early on.
I actually think you could have gotten an angle if you went to the right side of the wall and managed to lean over and actually grab maybe the Capital's hands or something, especially with how accurate and how fast the RPM is on Mira's ACP.
All right, we are going to be seeing a bit of a switch here for UCCS. They're opting to go for a very different team. We're seeing the Fuse, the Buck, and the Maverick coming out here. Try and get them some more advantage, some more sight lines, using Buck's, of course, wonderful under shotgun, and Maverick's ability to get through those reinforced walls.
Looks like they're expecting probably another basement hole since they brought Fuse, but at best he's going to be useful on the bunk dorms over there where Mira's sitting to try and clear her out from there. But if a team knows when to evacuate that area, the Fuse usually isn't very useful. You just have to have a crossfire set up so that you're watching when they leave the room.
The question, though, is does Emery know about this? It's going to be very, as we've seen, they might not be the most experienced team. It is entirely possible they could get caught off guard by this Fuse. They're going to have to be very careful, stay on their toes. It's a new comp for their opponent's team. They're going to have to be careful.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Definitely think that they're gonna do a good job here, as they did hold it pretty well last time. University of Colorado actually making a lot of mistakes on trying to push the site, losing a lot of people to flanks, losing a lot of people to just trying to push in general, just getting shot from below, shot from the sides, not watching their flanks correctly. And
alrighty. Oh, interesting camera choice there. Gonna see if they can catch people trying to go for the Valkyrie, and obviously trying to come upstairs as 2F is coming up.
I do think that camera is fairly easy to take out, though. Oh, looks like Spartan already having taken some damage. I do believe that was from somebody who was peeking out, and is going to go ahead and just bomb the bunks, the regular bunks, where you have the reinforced wall at the moment. Possibly trying to get rid of maybe some denial.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he might be getting rid of gadgets and trying to flush out his opponents here. Going for another balcony to try and set up another fuse charge. Valkyrie chilling in stairs. Definitely nearby, but not getting the peaks she's going to need just yet. Maverick making an angle for himself, seeing if he can get a pick, and he will. Taking out the Valkyrie. Nice hit from Little G there.
The Frost is still out in the master bedroom here. Meanwhile, Anail is going to pick up the kill. Yeah, Azale. Gosh darn it. Azale is going to pick up the kill onto Little G. Mira's going to pick up the kill onto
Fuse.
Fuse. Oh my god.
It's all good. Just check the kill feed next to the health, the points. All right, we're gonna get back into it though. Puddin gonna see if he can find an angle from below there. A lot of these floors opened up by Buck, giving them plenty of sightlines to work with. Buck just going to town, seeing if he can find some defenders here.
Sub Lord Macklin is going to see the feetsies and not do anything about it. Instead, choosing to try to get a better aim instead of revealing his position upstairs, and the fact that he has a floor open. Puddin is going to open up the closet, shoot into it, damage the Frost heavily, but not finish off the kill. They one shot from either will finish this. Will get this done, and Puddin puts the final bullet onto Azale.
The Ash Rush coming in clutch. That said, gonna get immediately picked up though by the Legion here. Legion gonna be chilling on bomb site. Buck trying to flush him out with some grenades here.
Not gonna work right away. Lucky Pride does see somebody, fires but misses, and the Maestro is gonna pick up the kill onto Lucky.
Just like that, it's up to Buck. Let's see what he can do. Gets the pickup here. Or should. There we go.
Okay.
That was definitely an interesting choice. That said, he is going to get sealed out, and the defenders will be winning round 5. Mira taking the clutch. Nice work from Sublord. Just catching him running in.
Definitely a good job practicing this spot. It seems that Embry, it shows. The effort shows. And a couple of spots that they practice seem to keep coming into play, and they seem to be able to win every time.
Yeah, you know, their knowledge of Oregon seems pretty solid. They're doing some good work, and they're keeping up with Colorado. It's very, very important. As we mentioned, they are the underdog of this match. So the fact that they're able to keep pace with them is a really good sign that they're improving.
I honestly believe that we actually might see a third round won by... No, wait, this is the swap, meaning that... this is the swap, meaning that Embry is going to be attacking now. Let's see if they can put their map knowledge to use when coordinating an attack. 6 picks coming out here. Puddin picking up the Jaeger, and Afael picking up the Lion. Definitely trying to do a better... do their job as the top fraggers. Can we see the stats for a little bit? Just in general for the kill death ratio between them and Eagle.
All right, and it looks like Puddin is opting to set up ADS by the stairs, by the hatch. Doesn't want to deal with any of that. They will be reinforcing the hatch, doing mute things. You know how it is. And Maestro will be setting up his cameras right by the stairways.
Right there on Harry Potter. That's what I call that spot, by the way. It's just
That's a nice name. I like that.
it's easily memorable, and you know exactly what people are talking about when somebody's speaking out of Harry Potter. I kind of want to see how Little G set up his mirror window here, and it looks like it is on the left side of the wall. The reason why I personally prefer the left side of the wall is because it generally gives you a much better angle of the laundry stairs in order to deny plants, and it's just generally better angles, in my opinion.
Emery, in your opinion, indeed. From Emery, we're seeing a lot more of a professional standard team here. You've got the Hibana, the Thatcher to cover for Hibana in case Colorado decides to bandit trick. Of course, that will not be happening given their current team comp. The Twitch to try and counter that mirror, and the Capitao to block sight lines and get some solid damage. Additionally, they're going to have the line to see if they can CC their opponent and get some information for the team.
All right, I do have an official pronunciation from chat for Azael. It is just Azael. Okay, there you go, chat. We've learned our lesson today. Sorry about that. The different pronunciations are
freaking Arale, that old Toei animation character. I was completely wrong.
Yeah. So it looks like what's interesting of the difference between how Puddin roams and how Mafia Elf roams is that Puddin will choose a spot where he will just sit in a corner and hopefully not get droned out on, so that he can later on be a complete surprise to the other team. Meanwhile, Mafia Elf will just sort of roam upstairs, he can find anyone. Meanwhile, Puddin practically seals himself in the ground and just waits to get what he needs. Look at this. Now he's coming out into kitchen, trying to find any attackers that are unaware of his roam. Meanwhile, Spartan is going to try and leave the attic here. Damage himself a little bit, but still be fine.
Almost clear breach. Now, we didn't see it earlier, but the Lion did, in fact, get picked off by the defending team. Going to put them at a big deficit here. Oh, and just like that, Thatcher going down should be able to seal out the kill, but we will see. Capitao trying to cover for his friend here, checking lines of sight to make sure that no defenders are present before going for the revive. And it looks like they might get the drop on him, though.
No, I think Spartan is going to be a little bit more patient here. Oh, wait. Try to go for it.
Just like that, Spartan gets immediately shot down by the Hibana. Jaeger trying to get a pick here, does get the catch on Thatcher. Yeah, going to seal out the Thatcher there. Capitao very low on health. Smoke coming out here. Just like that, Mira going to seal out another character, gets rid of that Twitch, and the attackers are at a huge deficit down to their Hibana. Smoke trying to stall them out. It looks like Hibana will go for the plant. Very low on health. Going to get the pick on Puddin. 3v1, ladies and gentlemen. Hibana chilling in the stairway, trying to not get caught out, and the Mira will seal things out. Defenders take round 6.
Azael was definitely doing a good job there trying to hold. Not getting taken up by that C4 was actually very surprising, as they were so low in health that just a shove from that explosion should have killed them, but instead it seems that the C4 completely whiffed, but Little G still closed out the kill by just pre-firing in his direction.
All right, we are seeing a switch here from UCCS. I'm just going to call him Colorado. The Rook will be coming out to give their team a lot more survivability here. We are seeing a switch to Vigil as well, getting rid of that Jaeger. Wants to maybe disrupt their opponent a little bit. You know, obviously Vigil can still be caught by drones, but they can't see the line of sight. He will be peeking. This could work well, especially for Puddin, a player who stays a little more stationary, as their opponent, when they're trying to catch up to him, trying to counter roam them, won't know if he can pre-fire them or not.
I do think that Baka going from the smoke to the castle. They're going to go dorms. So at the moment, it looks like UCCS is going to probably put a castle barricade on the main double window to close out any attempts by Embry to take control of that, or are just going to reinforce most of Armory in order to keep that as a viable spot for their defenders to sit in. Not sure if that's going to work out too well, with Mafia picking up the the Zofia that'll definitely let them
Located a bomb.
easily breach that. At the same time, Putin is putting some work into reinforcing Attic. Might be that he's making himself a little fortress to hide in for most of the round and try to pick up any kills coming out of there. And okay, so they're not going to seal out the double window. Instead, they're going to seal out both windows in bunk. And their strategy just seems to be little pockets of little rooms that they can hold if they keep those castle barricades up.
It will be definitely hard to hold, though. As we can see, the attacking team swapped to the Thermite. I believe it was during the 6th pick. I don't recall. So they're going to have a lot of options between Thermite and Zofia, using Buck to open up those lines of sight. It's going to be pretty hard for the defense to try and cover for all of these.
I believe that's... Little G's going to hold the bedroom? Is that what he's doing? Is that why they want to keep somebody in armor to stop them from coming down? Oh, I see. So they're going to try to make them lose out a lot of time, just in general, by making them try to have to push for that hallway control in order to waste a lot of their resources here. Zill instead is going to try see the mirror window and going to try to go for a grenade and just miss it, hitting on the bed instead, and going to take damage through the bed. That's actually very impressive how much damage he's taken just in general.
Yeah, definitely significant there. Yeah, Zill very low now. Gonna have to come up with another way to enter. So you're saying all of this is a bait, you think? They're trying to bait them into wasting a lot of time?
Not necessarily. They're putting something that they need to take if they want to go by armory. They reinforce armory so that it's hard for them to decisively push that mirror. Because if they had armory, that mirror would be dead already. That mirror would not be holding a window from back there.
That said, they do currently have the advantage to press. Rook is down, but Buck is certainly low. They did reset him, but he's still at 50%. They're going to have to be very careful with this push. They want to not get picked up by the Mira. Dokkaebi trying to shut down that Maestro, using them phone calls and the hacking to get rid of all that. Maestro protecting Bond site best he can. Mira will be pushing, though.
Looks like Buck actually got picked up for a reset, and Little G still holding the hallway with that mirror window. With 40 seconds to go, Embry needs to make something happen here. They need to do a good collapse, otherwise they're just gonna lose out on this round in general.
Ooh. It looked like Zofia might have been sneaking up on somebody there. Now, gonna open for the breach there. Mira trying to peek out, gets the pick on Zofia. Nice shot there from Little G. That said, things are gonna turn around as he is taken out. Just like that, it is a 3v3, ladies and gentlemen. 2v3, take that back as Buck is taken down. Putin gonna get the knife to seal out the round there, and
Baka,
yeah.
Sub. I definitely feel bad here for Embry because they were having a good take of the site. It just came out to gunfight skill in the end. Putin definitely showing off some knifing skills there to stop them from taking the site right away.
Well, not only that, that flick from Mira, which was amazing, by the way, getting a really solid headshot there on the Zofia, left them at a major deficit. It went from a 2v1 to a 1v1. It was very, very big. Unfortunately, things are going to turn around for him, and UCCS will be taking the round. It looks like we're seeing some major changes here from Emery, opting to go for the Sledge, the Maverick, and the IQ instead this time. UCCS going for the Bandit, trying to get rid of some of these hard breaching options, and that's biggest changes so far.
It's like, whoa, 6 pick onto Finka. Interesting choice there.
Recoils for dummies. All right. Yeah, definitely an interesting choice. Like you mentioned, Finka can boost your team temporarily, which can help, but as it changes the recoil, it can also definitely mess up your team if they're not prepared. It's going to take a lot of coordination from Emery if they want to pull off this switch.
Looks like Corrado is going to go with the typical hold of Dining Kitchen, going ahead and using 4 reinforcements on that dining wall, trying to seal out make the hallway.
10 seconds to insertion.
Sorry, I have had such a day.
5
Sorry.
seconds left before insertion.
Using the 4 reinforcements in order to turn that hallway into a must push if they want to take that, but at the same time, it kind of makes it easy for the attackers to just use that as a def hallway if the defenders do need to retake. They did bring a thermite, meaning that that wall could actually be less of an asset and more of a curse. Mafia Elf going ahead and taking the angle here in order to stop any roamers who just might be going out of sight a little late. Oh, Sinan is going to see the Vigil and Puddin and going to fire at him, but not hit any of his shots. Instead, we're going to have him walk away unscathed.
You know, the thermite is strong, definitely, but you got to keep in mind they no longer have the Thatcher to cover for him. So if the bandit catches onto that, they're not going to be able to get through those reinforced walls. That said, Puddin trying to put some sightlines on the window, waiting for a peek, opts to go downstairs, back up just a little bit. Valkyrie trying to cover for him on 2F, gets the pickup on Sledge, and that should seal out the character. 5v4, ladies and gentlemen. That said, Valkyrie is incredibly low from the firefight. Gonna have to back up just a little bit and let these attackers take 2F.
It's like Sublord Macklin is going. No, Maybelline? Macklin. I'm going to go with Macklin. Burt Macklin. And Mafia Elf are going to take the upstairs, and they're going to be very careful of any roamers, but it is halfway through the round. Embry's finally going to enter the building with all of their operators as they can. It might be that they're going for a push down. Oh, Mafia Elf picking up the kill onto
Bandit. Got rid of the bandit.
I want to go for the operator names, but at the same time, I really try to make an effort to read what's on the kill feed, but it's just...
It is what it is, you know. Bandit gonna go down, though. That is a big loss for the defenders, as it will allow Thermite to get through those reinforced walls, allow them to take maybe hatch, and we are seeing that now. Thermite checking out the hatch here, getting rid of those bandit traps. And looks like the attackers might have an in.
This site is fairly hard to hold. They would need... Oh, Mafia picking up the kill onto Little G, who just was roaming at the wrong time, and they're slowly going to collapse onto the site with only 45 seconds to go. Mafia picking up off another kill onto Puddin. Could this be a third round for Embry?
I mean, it's entirely possible here. Baka going to get the pickup on I still can't say it. Getting the pickup on Azale. There we go. IQ going down. Mira going to try and get another pick here, firing off some shots, and Maestro just holding down that hall.
They need to do
something. No, don't hit that button.
Baka definitely fumbling his fingers because it's panicking, and Lucky Bright is going to pick up the kill onto Mafia Elf, was having such a good time with a 3-bang so far, and down goes the Buck.
Just like that, it is a 2v1. It's all up to Thermite. Vaults over, is going to get the down here, seals out Lucky Pride. 1v1, ladies and gentlemen, and the defenders will take round 8.
This is... Yes, that was match point for this map, meaning that Colorado is going to take Oregon for the first round.
God, visual's so cool. Look at that, man. Like Deathstroke.
Right away, we're gonna add that point to their scoreboard there, ladies and gentlemen. Colorado definitely doing a good job there of keeping their heads cool despite losing 2 rounds to Embry.
Absolutely. You know, in the past, Puddin has definitely been the make or break player for their team. But what we saw from the kill feed there is that the rest of the team is starting to pull their weight a little more. We're seeing a lot more consistent frags from everyone on the team, not just one player. And that is resulting in a much more well-rounded squad, all in all.
Looks like we're going to be going into our second map here. If I recall, I do have my notes. My notes say that we are going to Clubhouse, ladies and gentlemen, with Embry attacking the first time. We're going to ask the teams if they want their bio break, or if they want to keep going. But right away, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Well,
and they will be taking the break here. Yeah. And it looks like Emory might be subbing. They're going to be subbing out a player here, opting to go for someone in the second string, the back line. I'm interested to see what their plan is.
Oh, sorry. Am I saying Embry incorrectly? Is it Embry?
Embry?
Embry? I'd probably fumble over my B's. Might be a little bit of my accent. That yeah. Uh, actually in Portuguese, B's are much more well pronounced. It's kind of weird. If you
Is what
guys,
it is. You know, it looks like they are going to be subbing in Lord Maitland here and taking their break for a second, trying to collaborate, figure out what they want on the team. You know, interesting. What do you think they're talking about? What do you think their plan is to adjust to UCCS?
I think they're gonna take the good with the bad. They're gonna take the fact that they had consistent frags. I think they're gonna take the fact that they managed to actually get 2 rounds from Colorado and try to turn that into, you know what, guys, we can probably do this. We can probably beat them out. This is our choice of map. They're gonna be stepping into, our territory now. All we need to do is keep our heads cool, use the strats that we practiced, and win it out. They just need to give themselves a good shake and come back into this next map refreshed. And I definitely think that subbing out 2 people is probably the way to that. They were probably looking for refreshing some of their gameplay right there. And I do feel bad that Zale and Sub are not going to be on the second map because Zale was having a good match there. Sub, it's a few good shots, a little bit hesitant in a couple of them.
At the same time, though, they are taking a risk by subbing out these 2 players. These 2 have experienced a full set against UCCS. Their new teammates coming in here are going to be a little bit green on the subject. You know, maybe they're more experienced in game overall, but being able to adapt to your opponent's team is very important. And you're kind of coming in fresh doing this. You're coming in new. So they're definitely going to have to be careful. The 3 players who have faced UCCS are going to have to give all of their possible information to these 2 subs so that they can adapt as quickly as possible against UCCS's team.
Just going over the fact that Embry, I'm going to make sure to pronounce that B now. Embry was actually swapping out as many operators as they thought were possible for their strategies definitely helped them. Flex is something that is a huge problem for a lot of teams in this league. A lot of players not really feeling like they can swap off to, another gun, another operator with a different gadget that might help them more in the moment. I applaud them for that.
You know, it definitely creates some degree of unpredictability for their opponent, too. It's very easy to adapt to a team if you're playing it consistently. So to switch off almost every round here, Embry is really keeping UCCS on their toes.
I just have to say that Putin has also done quite a bit of a good job in trying to get the weight lifted off of his shoulders a lot of the time on some of these frags. Because RX Baka and Little G were showing up on those firefights. They were picking up kills and they were doing their jobs on on not letting Embry just walk all over them on any site in the fence. Embry really didn't do much there to cover. Sorry, Embry didn't win any attack rounds. The only rounds they won was the fence. So
yeah, you know, the defense from UCCS was definitely very tight, and that might also go back to them switching so much. There was a lot of very heavy changes on Embry's team when it came to the offense, so it's entirely possible they just couldn't find something that stuck, you know. And by switching off so much, it didn't allow them to get comfortable to set up to really try to counter UCCS.
All right, I'm just getting an overwhelming response from chat for us to just say Riddle.
Riddle?
All right. Riddle.
Riddle, you got it.
All right, let's just go ahead and say Riddle. We can probably come up with a few puns that they're going to hate us for.
Oh, I'm really tempted, but I think I won't.
Riddle me this. Who's a good attacker that...
You tried. you did. You put in a good effort, and I appreciate that.
It's gonna come up somewhere in there.
It'll get there. Let it happen naturally. Don't force it too much. All right. We're still yet to see what these two subs are going to be. Actually, you know what? It looks like Ice Siren. I don't believe he was there previously. We haven't gotten to see the names for half of the match, so not entirely
Yeah.
sure. But
Looks like now if we can commit them to memory, we can probably make out the pixels next time.
easy.
Easy. Just gotta have that photo. Oh shit. Photogenic memory. No, it's not photogenic.
Shoot.
Photographic memory.
There you go.
Photographic memory.
The
That's it. I
photogenic
know
memory.
words. Okay.
You look really good when you're thinking of things.
The photogenic memory. As soon as you start to remember the days of your youth, you become your youth.
That's beautiful, man. That's deep.
No.
All right, yeah. So I don't know. What kind of team comps do you think, or even better, what kind of bands do you think we're going to be seeing in this second set?
Clubhouse. I can definitely see a Thermite getting banned. I can definitely see maybe the Lion getting banned. But historically, it seems that these teams don't like playing against, Clash, Ying,
Jackal.
Jackal, and Echo. If I had my strategy down, I would personally ban Thermite. Thermite is a huge asset on both Cash Now, which is one of the most popular sites on Clubhouse after the rework, and very, very good on Basement because he can open up the outside secret tunnel very easily. He can open up from blue into armory very easily as well, or from a church hallway into church itself. So usually having a Thermite on this map is a huge asset. So if the defenders choose to just not let them bring it in, then that's probably a good call.
Well,
But
not only that, from a comfortability standpoint, UCCS has seen Riddle pick up on the Thermite almost every match. That has been a very consistent pick for their team. So it could prove to be a very solid target ban depending on who relies heavily on that character. And it looks like we are going to be seeing a few of the subs coming in now. Mojo and one more, just waiting on the last one. But the other one we've seen a lot lately is Jackal. Jackal, a very, very big ban here at the NA USL, simply because of his ability to counter roams at a lower level. Very, very solid. Just getting all of that information, catching that one player off guard, and then finishing it off. Suddenly, it is a 4v5, and the attackers have such a solid advantage. So I think we will definitely be seeing Jackal get banned away here.
I really think that we're going to see a Lion ban opposed to Jackal because last time the Lion was such a good resource for Colorado in keeping Riddle's roamers just sitting there waiting to get fragged, and it just did not work out very well. I do believe that in our league we get a lot more target bans for players' favorite ops. I mean, just last week on stream we had no, sorry, that was not on stream. That was one of our recorded games that you can pick up, you can watch on the Vault, where a Rook was banned of all things. And
definitely an interesting choice there.
we actually had an interview with the coach afterwards, and it turns out that they had picked out Rook, and it actually worked to their favor because the player who commonly plays the Rook was a very good fragger, and he's very, very comfortable with that gun.
I know that coach because that's my school, my dude. You're talking about Mason, right?
No, I'm
No,
talking
really?
about I'm talking about Grizz from Oh wait, no. Did your team did your school get banned? Target banned?
No, they target ban. Pretty much everyone does at this point. It's a smart option, just like you said, especially since character pools are going to be a lot smaller, especially in the lower seeds. It's really good to just take away that best character that your opponent has hundreds of hours in so that they're stuck with, say, the Twitch, where they have like a few hours and they've tried and dabbled just a little bit.
I see what they're trying to say here. Hang on. Looks like this. Hang on. Is this? I'm going to go ahead and I already added him in, Eagle. He should be able to join now. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at whether or not Embry has this player on their roster, because he was not in our Discord until just now. What is his name? His name is Esther? Aster?
Aster. Okay.
Aster. AZT. I don't see him here. Wait.
It looks like we're all set, and they will be subbing for Lord Maitland here. So it's going to be Mojo and Lord Maitland.
Wait a second.
Because we are getting the readies from both teams.
I'm just going over their rosters at the moment, and I don't think I actually see Maitland on their roster. Give me a second here. I need to personally take a look at what's happening here. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
It's alright, you know, I'll just cast. Alright,
Ask if they added Maitland to their roster on the website. Because if he's not on listed on the website, he will not be allowed to play. That's an illegal player in the league at the moment.
Oh, it does appear as though he is registered here.
Can you ask him which is he, Dakota PB or who? Because just ask the username, because I am not seeing that here. This is how we keep track of. We actually had a team, unfortunately, be penalized.
Yeah, he was indeed in the last match.
He was indeed in the last match, so I probably missed that. Esther? No,
Esther.
I want to know.
He was down. The issue was username.
We're going to be double checking this after the match, just in case. Let's just go ahead for now.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the technical difficulties here. Just planning out, trying to make sure that everyone is up to code. We have players that are supposed to be here on the roster. We are going to go right into it, though, at Clubhouse. It is going to be bomb, as usual. And the bans are going to begin here. UCCS starting off from the attacking side. All right, the first choice coming out will be, in fact, Jackal, getting rid of that counter roam as much as physically possible. Wants to keep Puddin in a place where he is comfortable, where he can kind of chill, and then eventually close in on his opponent when need be.
Looks like, sorry about that. Just, I have to make sure that...
Processing.
Yeah,
and we are seeing the ban of Blitz from Riddle here. Very scared of that Blitz from last set, putting in absolute work on offense, and it looks like Riddle doesn't want to deal with it anymore.
Looks like just in general, target bans coming out here. Clash also going to go down. Riddle just not choosing to deal with any shield ops at all. Seems that they're very, very scared of them. Wonder what they're going to do if they find out Fuse shield exists.
All right, and there is the ban from Echo. Yeah, who's Monty? I've never heard of him. You know. And that will be the end of the ban phase. Round 1, UCCS will be defending first, and Riddle will be attacking. All right, what kind of choices are we going to see here?
Clubhouse. I would guess at least either a Mute or a Jaeger, but right away, we're going downstairs, so you're not going to need any... they're not going to use any denial, and
this is an interestingly aggressive defensive team here from UCCS. You have Pulse, Jaeger, Valkyrie, and Vigil, who are traditionally roamers, and then the Maestro, who's covering from the anchor. So who do you think is going to be staying on site?
Definitely Maestro. Definitely, I would hazard a guess at little G. It was Valkyrie. I'm going to guess that the Vigil and the Pulse are going to go for that nice roam game while Jaeger is going to stand back on site, but it is perfectly... No, this site is way too large to hold from with just 2 people.
That interesting. I don't know.
I personally think that this site needs at least 3 people to manage, especially with how long and how many angles you have to cover. You don't only have to worry about hatch, you have to worry about the secret tunnel, you have to worry about blue, and you have to worry about the very hallway that comes down through the main part of the floor.
It is entirely possible that they are keeping Jaeger and Valkyrie on site. Those would be my first guesses. But the other team here on the other side, looking to have a lot of breachability. The Maverick, the Buck, the Thermite, the Ash, and the Thatcher are going to be covering for a lot of options.
Looks like I definitely want to see a lot of vertical play from that Buck, possibly going into the kitchen. Oh, he's going to catch out the Valkyrie! Mojo!
Such an early catch there on Little G. Mojo immediately just picking off the Valkyrie, trying to get back to a place of safety, and they will get into a firefight here. Yeah, no, that is a big pick already. Little G definitely caught with their pants down, and just like that, firing back is the Jaeger gonna pick up the Ash here.
Spartan definitely doing a good job there. I was just guessing that the Zofia would be there. Sorry, the Ash would be there. They're interchangeable. I'm sorry. But good job, Spartan, getting the refrag. Already losing out a whole minute as the rest of Riddle's team is just going to choose maybe hold off a little bit, figure out where the drones are, and if they can see anything. Meanwhile, Baka is just going to probe for any attackers that are going to be holding from kitchen.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks like that we are seeing the anchor pulse here. Just trying to get an idea of where their opponent is approaching from. I think it's a very interesting choice.
Looks like Putin is going to use that roam game. Oh, the C4 is going to go out and
gonna get a double frag there. Excellent catch from Pulse. Definitely getting them off guard, and that is such a huge lead for the defending team right now. Baka trying to get some picks from the floor here, and Putin is going to get the catch on the Maverick. Suddenly, it's all up to Buck, and just like that, Baka sealing things out and just taking a demanding lead for his team. Excellent work there from Baka.
Gonna go 1-0 here for Colorado. They definitely know their defense on basement with those both the C4 spots below with the Pulse. I guess I was wrong. The Pulse wasn't going to be roaming. Instead, he was going to be picking off kills from the kitchen. That was very impressive. I'm glad we caught that on stream.
Definitely, yeah, a very interesting choice. I kind of like it, using him to cover hatch so that they know when their opponent is approaching from high ground, and then just immediately picking them all off with that nitro charge. Very good stuff from Baka. That said, we are going to be seeing a big change here. The smoke will be coming out for more stall. We are seeing the mute and the bandit as well. Bandit obviously to try and counter the thermite. And looks like we're seeing an Ash and a Zofia from Riddle there, trying to just get in as easily as possible.
I do believe that from that round, Riddle needs to take away that maybe it's not a good idea to go around kitchen when there's a pulse beneath. And even if you do, you might want to keep moving instead of bunching up and letting him go for a 2-bang.
Attackers need to
You know, I don't think anyone would have expected Pulse to be chilling in kitchen like that. So no fault, no foul. It looks like even UCCS has kind of caught on to that. They've immediately switched up their team pretty significantly. Don't want to go with the same trick to see if they could catch their opponent off guard again. They're just going right into the normal defense now.
It's like Colorado. Well, they have to switch because it cash. You don't hold cash like you hold basement. They brought out the Heart Breacher Denial. They brought out a little bit more trap. They brought out a Valkyrie for more consistent information because usually basement you have pretty well covered with just sound in general. And Putin still picking up that vigil as he did last round. Hopefully, there's less ways to flank here, but the attackers have a little bit of a better entry points onto pushing into cash, in my opinion.
Alright, it looks like we're going to be seeing that now. Maverick repelling up to 2F, going to see if he can get some shots on sight. And Ash trying to breach the hatch there. Gonna waste one grenade in the process. Peeking out, seeing if she can find some defenders here. Not really gonna get a pick, but Mojo is immediately gonna get a pickup on the Valkyrie. That is a big loss for the defenders.
Yeah, chems are down. Utility's good. Oh, the bandit trick coming out
There's
from
the
Lucky
bandit
Pride. No, it's gonna work. Lucky Pride is gonna go down.
Oh, such a huge loss there for the defenders. Just like that, a 3v5. Messing up the bandit trick is going to cost them dearly, allowing the attackers to get in here. Vigil going to be looking for picks, immediately going back to site, recognizes that there is a problem here. Legion chilling on site, trying to catch people through that big ol' hole, but nothing's going to stick.
Looks like the defenders are slowly going to make their way back. The Legion getting picked up over here by Sub. Meanwhile,
and you know, this is a really bad situation. Even when Pudding takes down Mojo here, this is a very bad situation for them to be. Baka is chilling on site, or at least near site, and Vigil is nowhere to be found. He's going to have to rush back, which means he's going to be going through quite a few of these attackers on the team if he wants to get back safely.
Might be that he chooses to go through garage. He does not see the smoke here, but the smoke is out of his gas grenades, and it's just going to be a good opportunity for Riddle to push up if they can manage to get rid of the smoke, holding the angle. Baka not gonna move an inch.
Oh, Vigil is going to get the pickup here, though, on Mafia, and just like that is a 2v3, ladies and gentlemen. Vigil finally going to reunite with the Smoke after Smoke spending a solid 30 seconds and 3 bombs to stall. They will be holding this peak as Vigil roams around to see if he can catch these attackers off guard.
Looks like the Thermite is going to be entering from construction. I don't think he's aware that the site is clear, but Siren is going to have to watch for that Vigil coming up behind him, while Baka just needs to hold that angle. 30 seconds to go. Siren being very, very careful here, but wasting time waiting for the roamer to come at him. They need to plant here. Thatcher has the Baka picked up the headshot and through the wall.
The do or die moment, Baka getting a solid hit, and just like that, Riddle has dropped the diffuser. It's a 1v1, ladies and gentlemen. Maverick versus Vigil, and Puddin will seal things out. Nice catch here. Yeah, you know, they didn't have the information they needed to move forward, so they hesitated, and that gave Baka enough time to get this peak on Thermite, and it allowed Puddin to get a completely different position on them to catch them off guard. Nice stuff from UCCS, and that hesitation definitely costing Riddle.
I definitely want to see the scoreboard after that round, because I want to see how many kills Putin has on his count at the moment. But definitely not going to... He definitely has a lot on his plate. As you can see right there, he was the one who came back and picked his team back up and said, no, we're not losing on cash. We're going to keep going. And Baka definitely supporting him through and through, managing to actually get, you know, kills through the wall just to assist him in what he was doing. Very impressive indeed. Especially when Baka was the smoke, wasn't the Legion. So
and it looks like we're seeing a lot of counterplay from both teams here. You've got the Bandit and the Mute to try and cover for the Thermite, but just like that, the attacking team going for Hibana in addition to the Thermite and the Thatcher to try and get around this, giving them multiple hard breach opportunities and the ability to get around those Bandit tricks. So looks like Attack is definitely going to try and shove the door down on 2F. All right. Additionally, we are... Oh, go ahead.
I don't know which site is better anymore, if it's bedrooms or if it's bar. Because bar, they did update that billiards room, but at the same time, they gave a much better way to rotate outside of bedrooms here. And they did close out one of the windows that made it so exposed. I still don't know which is categorically the better defense site, but they're gonna go here because I guess they don't have a choice. They just feel more comfortable with the bedrooms instead, I guess.
All right, it looks like Glaz will be opening things up from below, and everybody's starting to move in here. Thatcher going up from top. Yep, Glaz going to try and get a nice angle on the second floor here, see if he can get some picks. He will be opening up the hatch. And everybody just getting ready for the breach from up high.
Mojo is going to try to grab the angle here from the office onto the door, from Office hatch onto the office door, trying to see if he can catch out any roamers, and he might just do it. No, and he won't.
Watch your toes, dude. Just like that. Little G gonna get the pick on Mojo there. That is the glass, ladies and gentlemen. Going down, Hibana gonna try and breach, get them in onto point. Thermite doing it at the exact same time to try and create some confusion here for the enemy team. But the bandit trick coming out, gonna stop things in their tracks.
I don't think they can get this. There's still one bandit charge right there. And the breach is going to start, but Baka, learning from his mistake last time, is just going to run away instead.
Well, Thatcher gave him the opportunity to get in, and it looks like the attackers will be breaching onto site. Thermite trying to get a peek here. In addition, Thatcher chilling there too. They should be calling pretty soon here.
Putin definitely...
Go ahead.
Putin definitely picking a nice angle onto the windows up there on the balcony. Little G definitely providing him with the information he needs to know when to peek up that way. They still have not found that Valkyrie cam. That's a very good spot. I'm gonna take that.
Spartan is going to get droned out here, so he's going to have to move a little closer to bomb site. Valkyrie checking those cams just like that. A big pick on the Vigil here. The roamer going to get caught out. And Maestro just using those camps to make sure that the enemy team can't push in.
Maestro cams don't even need to open up and shoot. Oh, Mafia Elf going to drop into the office here. Doesn't look like anybody's heard him. And Tolofin's going to take some shots in Gym. Baka is going to try to pick up on that. And instead, the call's going to come out. C4 going to come out. And...
okay. Big pig here on the defending team. Valkyrie's going to go down. Bandit also going to go down. Nice picks from Mafia. Maestro chilling in the corner here. Doesn't want to get caught off guard. Mew getting a solid pick, though, on the Thermite.
Spartan might be panicking a little bit. And down he goes. Spartan getting fragged out by Mafia. Mafia once again having a really good round.
Yeah, he's just absolutely going off. Maestro trying to stop the plant here, but Riddle going to get it off. Trying to get the pick in a very unsafe position, but Lucky Pride will get the catch on the Thatcher. That said, things going to turn around as Mafia just frags out.
Meanwhile, Mafia is going to manage to earn Riddle their third round this whole match. Hopefully this is the makings of a comeback, because I actually really like their attack there. They did solid pushes. They got the frags they needed. It just, got a little bit hung up on some C4 once again. But that one was a little bit unexpected. There was, no way to really expect just a Mew to randomly blow up the ball.
Yeah, and that just points to the information that UCCS is throwing out there. They're doing a very good job of coordinating so that they can get these wall bangs and these shots from the ceiling. Really nice stuff. That said, wasn't enough. Riddle able to get through. Mafia just absolutely fragging out in those last few seconds.
I definitely liked right there at the end the final kill where it was just a show off between the Bailiff and the new Hibana SMG. That recoil, the Bearing 9 just really falling from grace along with the SMG 11 and 12.
It looks like we are seeing a bait here, ladies and gentlemen. UCCS going back to the pulse, excuse me, to try and catch their opponent off guard yet again. Now, how do you feel about this, dude?
Well, they're in basement again, so it makes sense to bring back the pulse. It worked so well last time, and if Riddle actually learns from their mistake, they won't get 2 people caught out. Maybe at best they'll get 1 person caught out.
Yeah, well, it looks like they are going to be joining out basement. They should be able to catch on to this strategy. It's gonna be interesting to see how it works. If they're on their toes, I think it might be detrimental, actually. You're just opening up the floor for your opponent. They know you're there already. They know you're going to be guarding hash, so they can always find another way in. But we'll see here. It definitely worked last time. So who knows?
Lucky Pride is going to get watched by the because that drone is completely missed by him, and he'll try to close out the secret tunnel. But
tunnel.
Yep, that is the reference.
It's a great show. All right. Well, we're going to be getting back into it. The breach is going to be starting here. Lion just hanging back for a minute, but oh my god, an immediate pickup from Puddin on Mojo. That said, Little G is going to get knocked down. Gonna have to reset him.
I understand what happened there. It looks like this time, instead of having little GB upstairs putting the cam into the kitchen on his own, they chose to instead have Puddin guard over him and pick up the kill onto Mojo, which was a good choice. And although they almost lost little G, it still worked out in the end for them. Did they use both charges on this wall?
I think they used Thatcher grenade and then
Oh
the
no,
charge.
no! But it's just that it's open from 2 angles. And, oh, Puddin picking up another kill.
Yeah, definitely smart from UCCS, correcting past mistakes. Valkyrie getting caught out very early in their first defense on basement. So they're finally turning things around, and they've taken a solid lead here, already getting rid of the Capitao and the Hibana. And for minimal damage, too. Not too much.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Riddle. It's round 4, and the Lion call is going to go down, but I don't think it was the right call there, as there's nobody who really needs to be pressured by them, but putting all 3 in secret?
Yeah, they don't really have any reason to move. The Lion's not going to help them out. That said, they are going to start droning here, see if they can catch these guys off guard. The peek is coming in from Thatcher, though, and he will get rid of Puddin. Nice shot.
That's a great shot, definitely. Oh, Lucky Pride, that was going to strike back, getting the refrag onto sub.
Commentator's curse. Wonderful, ain't it? All right, yeah, just like that, it is a 2v4. Things are not looking too hot for the attackers down to the Lion. That said, a nice pickup is going to come onto the Jaeger. Nice shot.
I think that now they've actually chosen to split up their players between the 2 possible sides. It might be that he's going to open up the hatchery there. Oh! He does see RX Baka below him, and he's going to go for the... Oh, down goes total defense, and it is down to just Eye Siren. He's going to pick up the kill onto Little G.
2v1. Yeah, they didn't expect to see the pulse there yet again. Got caught out. Definitely denied Thermite the opportunity to breach that hatch and get through. He will be returning back, see if he can catch him off guard with the flashbang. And Thermite just going back and forth between stair and hatch, trying to see if he can make some magic happen.
Definitely. Oh no, Lucky Pride picks up Ice Siren and closes out the round for Colorado Springs. I wanted to be hyped there, ladies and gentlemen, and just...
You killed the hype. You killed the hype, my dude. Ruined
my voice too. Oh no.
Oh. Life is hard. All right, 3-1, and UCCS is absolutely running away with this defense, just doing such a solid job. It looks like we are seeing a disconnect coming out from Riddle.
If they cannot call for a rehost before the map loads in, then they won't be. Yep, the rehost.
No, that's a reghost. That doesn't count.
Oh,
We're running it.
it is Spooktober, ladies and gentlemen. So we might be getting the chat haunted for the rest of the cast here. If you have any sort of what do ghosts say? Salt and iron. Please equip yourselves with the.
Why would I know that?
Oh, haven't you watched Supernatural?
No.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you look to your right, you will have to pick up at least a handful of salt and an iron bar. If the ghost comes at you, swing the bar. If it gets into anybody's mouth, you might want to...
It's done, please. Don't drag this more than it needs to be.
You gotta commit to the bit, though.
We will be getting a rehost here from Riddle. Yeah, I wonder what happened there, the disconnect coming out. Maybe, you know.
From what I know, Riddle's players are in an area where the weather is particularly bad right now, from what I can tell. So it might have just been a disconnect from, you know, the internet not doing well with the weather.
I've seen Arizona, man. That place is scary.
Oh,
signs melting in the street. I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly from the comms. But, you know, me being me, I could be entirely wrong. But either way, we're going to be getting right back into it. Just setting up the bands, trying to make sure that everything is back in its rightful place. And how do you think that Riddle can respond here if they want to bring it back? They don't have too much left on defense.
They definitely... they'll definitely earn at least 2 rounds defending themselves. And I think that's where they're going to possibly win out their 4th or 5th. But the shift in experience in between the 2 teams is so high that even people rooting for Riddle in chat are saying, "Wow, we got 3." They're surprised already,
Aw.
and I feel so bad
Yeah, have
because
some faith, guys.
come on,
Please. We do.
A little bit of faith, a little bit of
I'm
faith.
rooting for him. I'm not actually rooting for anyone. We have to say objective, but I'm gonna say that to make you feel better. Yeah, no, I think their defense is definitely stronger. It seems like the map knowledge isn't there where it was in Oregon. They definitely did a lot better job of covering things they really needed to, and they seem to be having a lot of problems here.
It's odd because this was their map pick. So if they're having problems here, then they picked a map they didn't rehearse.
It's entirely possible their defense is a lot better than their offense, maybe. I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, that's on their coach, not me.
I also hold another opinion, Isan.
All right, let's hear it.
That opinion is that it's much easier to coordinate a defense than it is to coordinate an attack.
That is entirely fair. Yeah, you have to do so much adapting on attack to see if you can cover for your opponent's changes in defense, their reinforcements, all of it. I absolutely agree. We are seeing another disconnect here from Siren this time. And
if they choose to rehost,
getting another rehost.
If they call this rehost, this is their last rehost.
Well, gee, thanks, guys. Now we have to talk in dead silence some more.
I don't know. We could always just...
The Tachanka is coming out from Baka here. I think it's a nice choice. Definitely the strongest anchor in the game right now.
We're going to see a little bit of team killing here.
The death
as
match.
Colorado is getting a little bit impatient and a little.
You know, can you blame them though? This might actually take the wind out of their sails. This long pause here. It is very easy to just lose momentum doing stuff like this.
If Eagle cut out the footage for you guys, Colorado ended up just killing off their entire team to have some fun. Which
Why not?
Wait, hang on.
Oh, let it ride. Let's go, Mojo.
Mojo.
Mojo is the last player on the team, is yet to leave. So we're still waiting.
We're waiting.
And waiting.
And waiting.
And waiting. So what do you think the new operators are going to look like? I hear rumors going around. Maybe Moroccan?
I have not been paying attention to a lot of the rumors. What have you heard?
I've
Mojo,
heard that
please.
they're possibly going to be Moroccan, which sounds really interesting. I believe one of them, like I said, this was just me browsing YouTube. I like to study things. One of them potentially might have a CC placement object. So think something kind of similar to like Mute, but for people.
Yeah.
Which could definitely be interesting. I could see some potential combos with characters like Ella or Legion to just maximum disorientation.
Oh my god. It looks like Mojo missed the memo about rehosting. And
There we go.
There we go, finally. Alright, we're going to be going on to the second and final rehost for Riddle.
Yeah,
if their player cannot stay in, they cannot call another rehost because, unfortunately, we do have a finite rehost for our teams. We understand that sometimes their internet will not agree with them, but we do personally have schedules to keep.
Yeah, man, I gotta get to bed. Come on, kids. Get it together. Set up your Wi-Fi.
Wait, Isan,
What's
are
up?
you telling me that you're not hooked up via Ethernet right now?
I'm on
via
my
cable?
desktop, my dude. I got a cable. That's why I'm still here. Unlike Siren. This man's gone.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to have a problem.
I mean, why would it matter at this point? I'm just a caster. I'm not playing. You can handle it. You've held down the fort on your own, Duke. You got it.
I've held down 3 forts at the same time.
Your life is hard. I don't envy you. All right, we're going to be getting into things soon here. On the other side, How do you think that UCCS is? What do you think they're going to do to try and maintain this lead, especially going into attack?
I think they're gonna let Puddin be an entry fragger. I think they're gonna have lion calls come down, and actually hold any roamers down for Puddin, be it they want it or not. I think that Little G and RX Baka will definitely assist in getting some frags as they push their own angles. But I also believe in Mafia Elf's roam game. Mafia Elf's roam game, as long as he knows how to pick the fights.
That is definitely going to be a big deciding factor. I think you're absolutely right there.
I see potential in Mafia Elf, and he can definitely make it onto a good position as a top fragger for his team with how he's been doing. He just needs a little bit more restraint as a roamer. He needs to know. I already said it. He needs to know how to pick his fights.
Definitely, yeah. All right, and it looks like we are going to be getting started pretty soon here, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, sorry for making you wait. 2 rehosts in a row. Let's go. But we're getting right into it. UCCS versus Riddle, and it is round 5 of Clubhouse. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Ooh, for a second there, my heart skipped a beat. Oh, I got the chunk.
Do it.
Oh,
Do it.
No.
Do it. Lock it. I would love to see this.
Oh no,
They're confident. I'll give them that.
That is BM. That is BM.
It looks like they might keep it.
Oh no! Please 6-pick away. Please 6-pick away.
Wait. Let me see this.
Now the 6-pick goes into effect.
Please.
Oh.
No. Oh,
there you go.
To the bandit here to try and counter the thermite, and I am sad.
Oh, thank God. That was...
Wait.
Oh.
Let's go, Baka. Last second switch back to Chanka. That would be hype.
That would be hilarious, yes, but such bad manners to the other team. You just don't play. You just don't play to Chanka.
I wish they would rework him. I honestly do. I know so many players are like, yeah, it's a meme. You got to keep it in the community. But I would love to see what a good Tachanka would look like.
We're getting some compliments from the chat, Isan. So if you could say
don't
thank you.
Talk about that. You ain't supposed to talk to chat. It's unprofessional.
What?
Yeah, you never heard that? That's like rule 1.
Is it?
Yeah, you're not supposed to talk to chat. Yeah.
Nobody ever taught me that.
Well, now you know.
Oh.
I'm here to mentor. All right, we're seeing some pretty standard defense here. Coming in, you got the smoke, the bandit, your rook. Looks like they're opting to go for a much more defensive setup than they did last time. An immediate pickup from Puddin there, catching Ice Siren off guard with that spawn peek. Nice stuff.
Oh my God, Puddin, knowing that he can just do the peaks, does take the challenge, and high risk, high reward, I guess, because...
I mean, why not, right? If their opponent isn't hesitating and checking every possible area before they make the push, you deserve the kill. You got it. Nice stuff from Puddin there. And it
definitely,
looks like...
Yeah, that was the thermite. That was the thermite.
Yeah.
They can't breach the big wall now.
They're going to have to go for Hatch instead. A little consolation prize using that sledge to get in, but it is going to be a very slow crawl for them to get to site now.
Literally crawling towards the hatch.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Maverick trying to find some picks here. Almost gets the catch on the bandit, but unable to secure.
It would have been a good play there, but unfortunately RX Baka is going to keep holding it. I don't think Puddin realized that he killed the thermite, actually, because the bandit is still... RX Baka is still holding that wall, expecting some sort of thermite charge to go on it.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Maybe he's waiting for the Maverick. I'm not sure. Either way, we're seeing a lot of roaming here from Puddin, trying to catch some
We might be
people.
seeing Puddin coming up onto Mafia Elf.
Oh,
he's dangerously close. We'll just miss him.
Yeah,
oh
just
my God.
barely. Oh, but he doesn't see that person.
He does
coming
hear the
from
steps,
behind.
but we'll get
He's going to
refragged.
get picked up here. Excellent refrag there from Sublord. And that is a big loss for the defense.
Let's see. Oh, what is Maverick doing? I'm not sure.
He's the hard breacher now. He's trying to get in. Oh, big pick here from Little G onto Mafia. That is going to be huge. That is the Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Valkyrie going to be trying to cover these angles. Wait for those attackers. Spartan holding down that barricaded window.
You know, Mojo's just gonna crash through the garage and come in and trying to take it.
That's the Jack Nicholson special right there.
Mojo definitely trying to find some way back up onto site. Subway is gonna see the Valkyrie cam and get pre-fired by Little G.
Nice shot there from Lil G. That is going to put the attackers at such a huge deficit. Down to the Maverick as another pickup gets caught and immediately just gets shut down. Nice stuff from the defenders there.
Oof. Oof. Definitely not coming out roses here, but this is going to go into round 6, giving Riddle a chance to show off their defense here. It is possible to run back on solely defense.
They are going to have to put in some solid work here, though, because, you know, 2 more matches, and that's going to be it. It's curtains. UCCS takes it. So this defense had better be on point, and we are seeing some adjustments immediately already. The Capkin coming out. Looks like they're going for a much slower defense. Only 1 real roamer. I guess they have been using Legion to roam in the past, but we'll see.
It could be that the Legion is just used to lock out the blue hallway, but at the same time they did swap out their Vigil for a Valkyrie instead. It looks like they're trying to keep the fact that they're using a Valkyrie hidden for as long as possible, so that maybe they don't look for the cams as well.
And we also have to consider that with Capkin being the character he is, he's going to have to move quite a ways around the map and stagger those traps, so it could be entirely possible that they're running Mojo as the roamer in this situation, in addition to Mafia.
I would hazard that guess as well. They're going to open up rotation and then close it right away?
Change their minds.
I also find it a bit of a mistake that Sub here is already putting down the mirror windows when that Twitch drone is still running around. Oh, Sub will do a perfect half reinforced, half unreinforced mirror there. Look at that.
Ooh,
that's a thing
beautiful.
of beauty.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, we're going to be getting right into it here. UCCS will be defending now with Riddle on the attack. Oh, other way around. Brain. Let's go. All right, Valkyrie trying to look for some early breaches. Not quite going to find the kill, but she is going to get a little bit of damage on this Ashe.
Spartan taking some damage from the Valkyrie as well, trying to enter a stock room. Not a great start for Colorado here. Actually,
ooh, Sledge almost going down, but that said, Baka is going to get the pick on Mafia. That is going to be it for the Valkyrie. And Spartan's going to have to be real careful moving in here.
Any shot can take him down, I believe, at this point. You know what, Mojo is still going to be roaming, like you said, holding an angle into stock room, but they are going to try to drone him out instead. Don't see him. Oh, they do see it.
Yeah, they know he's coming, and I don't
They're
think
going to go for
does.
the pre-fire on him, pretty sure.
Yep, Captain actually opting to hold that angle, though. Wants to see if he can beat them to it. Definitely a risk here.
He's definitely pressuring them, making them second guess whether or not to push in.
Yeah, you know, Mojo just holding still, holding ready.
It's like that scene in Sniper.
Spartan almost getting something here. Not quite, though. Maestro will be chilling in this little peek hole. Trying not to get flushed out, but Spartan gonna get the frag off of a grenade, no less. Picking up the Maestro. Excellent shot there. And Baka will be planting. Suddenly the pressure is on the defenders. It is in UCCS's court right now. They're gonna have to be very, very cautious trying to get back to the site.
They have 4 people in. Oh! We just missed Mojo getting sledged!
This man just knocked his brains out. That was disgusting. He Gallaghered him. Oh, the mirror gonna go down from Lucky Pride, and just like that is all up to the Legion. Catches Little G off guard, 4v1, ladies and gentlemen. Legion's in a bad spot. I'll just say that.
It's gonna time out. At this point, it's gonna time out. He does not have enough time, but he's going to pick up the kill onto Lucky Pride. Try to do something here. He got meleeed by Puddin.
That was an interesting knife kill, but you know what? We take those. Yeah, look, just waiting here.
Looks like Legion's delivery server will be out after this round.
He was offended by those cargo shorts, so he had to get rid of it. All right, we are at match point, ladies and gentlemen. UCCS on attack with Riddle defending on their own map. They're going to need to make some major adjustments here, and it looks like they are going for the Pulse on 2F this time.
Looks like they're going to go for Cash CCTV room this time. Definitely going to enjoy that, because last time that they switched sites so quickly, it seems that they actually managed to pull out a win both times they went to that site. Could it be that it'll be a repeat of that?
I'm not sure. It's definitely a different team from what they were running earlier. They seem much more comfortable in the Valkyrie, so it's interesting to see Mojo switching around so much. He went with the Cap Kid last round, and now he's on the Pulse. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what he can do with that going forward, especially considering that this is match point. It looks like they might be going for a Hail Mary here, just kind of changing things up, see if they can find something that sticks at the last second.
They have a good chance. Cash is such a much better site now that they put in the changes with construction being right next to it for rotation and flanks, and just overall making it harder for attackers to just take the garage by keeping that window open over there.
10 seconds left before insertion.
It makes them need to take the garage. It's not a choice anymore.
5 seconds.
It's a must. But Mojo is going to go ahead and open up a few little peepholes right here. Oh, look at that. The very tight angle. Is he going to get anyone?
It looks like someone might be coming towards. Oh! And he will get the pick off on Little G. Nice catch from Mojo there. Immediately putting his team at a major advantage here, getting rid of that Maverick. Suddenly, those reinforced walls are no longer peak holes.
Bomb located by
Definitely
attackers.
A good job there, showing Puddin that my team can peek.
Don't count us out just yet here. That said, Spartan immediately going to get another pick here on the Valkyrie. That's a nice refrag. Solid stuff. Thermite trying to hold some angles here. Mojo going to get the catch on Puddin and just putting in work with this Pulse. Nice stuff.
Oh, not going to miss. Just going to miss the Twitch drone there and lose out the mirror window. It's going to be open, and Colorado will be able to take advantage of that as Lucky Pride picks up the frag onto Mafia Elf in stock.
All right, it is 3-3 now, ladies and gentlemen, with Twitch and Sledge both at very low health, though. It's looking like the defenders might be able to clutch this out. Let's see what they can do.
I think that Spartan is in a very good spot there. Meanwhile, Lucky... Oh, wow. Wow. Colorado has taken so much damage. Meanwhile, the defenders are still just sparkling clean. No bullets or blood on their clothes. Spartan is on site, but he doesn't have the diffuser. That Thermite needs to come in at any point, and Mojo is just going to miss him.
We might be seeing a run out here potentially from Mojo. Oh, the pickup from Lucky Pride coming out, and suddenly it is 2-3. Firing back is the Legion, though, and just like that, the offense has crumbled. Excellent work here from the defenders.
Riddle actually using a run out to close out the round and stop the plant. Doesn't look like Colorado covered their bases very well as the flanks came in and just took op after op after op. Frag, refrag, frag, refrag.
Well, and that early catch on Little G was definitely a godsend for Riddle as well. Definitely one of the better players on UCCS. I mean, Puddin, Little G, and Baka seem like the top fraggers. Gonna have to get rid of them early. Looks like we are seeing some adjustment here. The Bandit going to be coming out for the defense. Try and cut off these options on Bedroom. Let's see what happens.
Definitely going with an unorthodox site here instead of going back down to a basement where they know they've lost. It could be that if Favor works out, towards this works out in their favor. I apologize. I sometimes do word salads. If you know that, that's the term that I usually use. Word salad.
Attackers need to
All
locate and
good.
defuse bombs.
Oh wow. Okay. Definitely going with a more traditional team here. Only 2 DLC ops with the Maestro and Legion. Definitely going to be trying to hold construction with those goo mines and possibly an evil eye in Gym. I'm gonna predict Gym.
Keeping it old school. At the same time, we've got that Mojo back on Pulse. I like that a lot, actually. That choice definitely worked out for them last round. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes for another spawn peek here, wants to take the risk, because UCCS will definitely be waiting for it, but that remains to be seen.
Are they gonna do a little peek here? Is Mojo gonna peek again? Oh my
He is
god.
looking for it.
Definitely, I don't think anybody's gonna spawn his side of the map. Everybody else has spawned the other side, and he's just not gonna get anything out of this instead.
Big risk there, and he took it. Didn't quite pay off, and suddenly he's out of place here. Gonna have to be very careful moving forward. Maverick trying to find some angles on A site. Not quite gonna get anyone, and they will be opening up hatch and droning it to see if they can find the defenders. Oof, my heart.
Definitely looking for an opportunity. Puddin already dropping, the little G already dropping. They are going for it. It looks like they're going to open up the wall here. Little G, just, I guess, looking for a camera.
Oh, someone's going to drop here. Yeah. Just like that, though. 4v4 as... oh, I'm sorry. 3v5 as Jaeger's about to go down there. The offense is looking a lot more pretty after this drop from Mojo. Very unfortunate for Riddle. They will not be able to rehost, of course, as they've, used all of them.
They've used all of them, and it is the middle of the round, so rehost cannot occur until round's end. If it's in the middle of a playground match, then
well, they're definitely going to have to clutch this. Just like that, Bandit goes down. Pulse firing back. It is a 3v2, ladies and gentlemen. This is looking a lot more doable in that scramble. Twitch and Maverick versus the Valkyrie and Pulse. And
we're getting the Habana.
She's there too.
Mojo definitely making a good angle there, but Lucky Pride is going to pick up the kill onto Mojo?
No.
Yes.
Yes. That's weird. I don't know.
That's very
all
weird.
Up to Maestro now. 2v1. Oh, and he's going to get picked up by Lucky Pride. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner tonight is UCCS. Excellent work from Colorado. Good work, guys. Very unfortunate for Riddle. That drop towards the end there. But they put up a good fight. They did a really good job here, all in all.
Definitely. Riddle picking out another 4 rounds for themselves. Slowly gaining traction as the season goes on. I also think that they're putting in the work, and that's good.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be improving at a much higher rate. They definitely had a rocky start at the beginning of the season, but they're bringing things back, and they're showing a lot of improvement. It'll be exciting to see what happens, maybe not this year, but next season.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our cast for tonight. We unfortunately do not have any more games for you today, but we do have a match at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday for you. Unfortunately, Isan usually cannot join us on Thursdays.
I gotta go commentate fighting games.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'll be right here with you guys, catching the play-by-plays. You can catch me on Twitter at mr_carge, and you can catch Isan at...
Isan_FGC. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.
Good night.